Alright guys, if you know me, you know my videos, you know how I feel about pumping. I think it's one of the most efficient, one of the most effective, and one of the safest ways to not only increase your length, increase your girth with published research on both, but also improve your erection quality and overall penile health. However, it can be done incorrectly, and oftentimes when it's done incorrectly, it can cause pain, and sometimes even when done correctly, it can cause pain. So what I want to do in this video is actually break down the different mechanisms and the different ways to troubleshoot and fix any kind of pain that might be coming from your pumping experience. So guys, take a second, like the video. If you like what I do, consider subscribing to the channel. It means a lot, really helps this channel grow, and consider hyping the video if you like this video. But let's get right into it. So the number one cause of pumping is that the cylinder can be very hard. Oftentimes these pumps are made from this hard cylinder, okay? It's almost like a glass, okay, but it's not, and it's harder than just your typical plastic. But just having that hard cylinder base pressing against the base of your D can actually be very uncomfortable. And that pain can get even worse, especially as you increase the pressure. So what can you do about that? Well, guys, you can get something like a silicone base, okay? Sometimes they call it a silicone sleeve, but I think that's a bit of a misnomer. But what it is, it's a silicone ring that you can put around the base of your pump. In this case, it has a nice open size in the middle, but it will still restrict things like getting your testicles sucked in. This is a very simple, very cheap, very easy thing that you can put on the bottom of your base. And guys, the link to all this stuff will be in the description below. The other thing you can do if you don't want to pursue that route is I've had clients that have used things like bunching up silicone gloves. Silicone gloves will still usually allow you to get a seal depending on how you stack them, but they can add significant comfort. And by silicone gloves, guys, I think I mean latex gloves or non-latex if you're allergic. You know what I mean. But something like that is going to be able to still form a seal but also be more comfortable. If you use something like cloth or something that's porous, it's going to let air through. You're not going to be able to get a good seal. And this is something that's fairly unique to air pumping, because even some of the water pumps I've seen, they actually have, for the most part, like a plastic base around the bottom that at least scrunches up a little bit, especially one of those BM devices that, you know, we're going to get to that in just a second. The next is going to be cylinder positioning, guys. If this is your D here, and this is your cylinder here, I'm exaggerating, guys, okay? You're looking like this. If this is the top of your D, and you have your cylinder, and it's too far low, and it's almost touching the top of your D, what can happen is you can put pressure on your suspensory ligament. You can see a picture here, but the suspensory ligament actually has the dorsal nerve of the penis that comes through it. And so if you have too much pressure on that area, you can have, number one, just pain from having all of this pressure in your suspensory ligament area in the base of your penis, but also you can actually lead to nerve damage. So pain, tenderness, sharp shooting-like sensations, loss of nerve function, loss of erectile function can all result from poor pump positioning. So you need to be very careful with this. And guys, similarly, you don't want to have your pump too high. Once again, if this is your cylinder and this is the bottom of your D and your scrotum and testicles are down here, if your cylinder is up too high, you can actually put a lot of pressure on your spermatic cord as well. Why does your spermatic cord matter? Well, guys, it has things like your nerve artery and vein that goes down into your penis, as well as things like your vas deferens. If you have improper positioning, or you just don't take a second to actually take your scrotum and actually pull it down before you start pumping, you can actually suck up your spermatic cord into the pump, or you can actually have too much pressure on your spermatic cord. Now, why is that a bad thing? Well, it's a variety of reasons, guys. Number one, that increased pressure pushing back on your spermatic cord can lead to things like either a hydrocele or a varicocele, which can actually in some cases lead to testicular failure if they get bad enough. And continued pumping, if you have either of these situations, can make either of those conditions significantly worse. So you really need to be aware of this. Furthermore, guys, if you are pumping to a very high pressure, you could actually pump with a pressure high enough to occlude the arterial blood flow into your testicles. What happens if you cause that? Well, you start to get what we call ischemia, meaning lack of blood flow to these areas. That can be very painful, guys, and ultimately, especially if you're doing prolonged sets, lead to things like testicular damage. Highly recommend you be very careful with this. Now, guys, I have an injuries guide. It's only 20 bucks, okay, using the code injuries. It's linked below. So if you're interested in reading about all of these injuries and pathologies, please consider checking it out below. I go through it all in detail. You get all of the updates for free for as long as the thing is active, which is going to be basically forever. Now, in some cases, you can have something where your cylinder is too big. Why is this a problem? Well, guys, it lets too much of those structures I was just talking about into your pump. You can have your spermatic cords come in. If you've ever had your testicle get sucked into a pump, leave a comment below with your experience and whether it was a fun experience or one of the worst things that's ever happened to you in your entire life. But if you buy a cylinder that is too big, you're going to be at a higher risk of having that happen, and you're also going to be at a higher risk of poor positioning of the pump, leading to some of the things that I just talked about. And similarly, guys, your pump can be too small, so your cylinder can be too small. Okay, that can lead to, once again, positioning issues. It can also lead to things like when you get pumped up, your D can start to touch the edge of the pump and it can glide along there or not glide along there. It can get stuck and it can actually be very painful. Similarly, I've had some unfortunate guys that have like a very big glans, a very big head of their penis compared to the rest of their shaft. Their head expands more than their shaft does, and they're undersized pump, and it causes pain in the glands. You need to make sure that you have appropriately sized pump cylinder. Now guys, whether you want to support primewood.shop, it really doesn't matter, but if you're looking for a good sizing guide, we have a sizing guide up there. It's a calculator. You input your measurements and click calculate, and it will tell you either your vacuum cap size or the actual pump cylinder size that you can use. So I'll leave the link to that in the description below as well. So next, guys, is you're just using too much pressure. Too much pressure, especially too quickly, can be a very bad thing. But your structures of your penis are very sensitive. And so if you pump up too quickly to too much pressure, you can literally, like this balloon popping here, like you can literally cause very serious damage to your penis, and in some cases, permanent and irreversible damage to your penis. And so you want to make sure that you understand the pressures that you need to use, what is a safe limit and what is not. In my opinion, I would never recommend you go above about 12 inches of mercury. That's just my opinion. There's other people that feel that you can safely go up to 14 or 17 inches. I had one guy that was pumping up to 20 inches. If you're asking me, I say keep it less than 12. And once again, guys, see my video on like pumping pressures if you're interested in that. Too much pressure too quickly can lead to damage to your nerve. It can lead to damage to the chambers of your penis and even nerve damage, guys. So it is very serious. Not to mention things like damage to your skin, and you can get things like those little red dots of the petechia or bruising. Sometimes too high pressure can even lead to bleeding from your urethra because some of the pressure is transferred down your urethra and causes little blood vessels within your urethra to rupture, releasing blood. And once again, guys, if you are pumping with too high of pressure, your base will get pushed back and back onto your pelvis. And what that does is it can occlude your arterial blood flow, basically preventing your arterial blood flow into the testicles, leading to ischemic pain from lack of oxygenation. And then quickly, guys, there's something that's called an alligator bite. So for anybody that's used basically the BM water pump device, you know that it has these little bellows, is what they call them, that kind of constrict. It looks kind of like an accordion at the base. But sometimes if you put that on and you're pumping out, what can happen is like the D can expand and fill the little bellows out, and it literally looks like an alligator bite when you take it out. But guys, with some water pump devices, what can happen is if you have a pump where you basically put it on your pelvis and push it back towards you and it squeezes out the water, that can rapidly increase the pressure within the pump. And so I would highly suggest that if you are using that device, which I don't recommend because it typically does not have a gauge, you don't know the pressure you're using, then I would recommend you pump very slowly if you're going to use that, very gradually, and try to do your best. Guys, see my video on BathMate if you're interested on the pressures that you need to use for that. So guys, how do you basically fix these issues? Number one, reduce your set time, guys. In my opinion, there's no reason why a set time should ever exceed 7 minutes, and I think closer to about 3 to 5 minutes is more the ideal set. I've talked about it in my other videos, but you actually start to develop signs of ischemia, things like TGF-beta, markers that can lead to fibrosis if you're not careful with prolonged set time. Usually that set time is somewhere around 8 to 10 minutes, which is why I think 7 minutes is the hard stop. You can reduce your pressure, guys. I don't think you need to be pumping at that high of pressure. First of all, you should never exceed a pressure that makes it uncomfortable or, heaven forbid, even painful on your D, regardless of who says, oh, you should be pumping to 10 inches of mercury. It doesn't matter if you get to 4 inches of mercury and it hurts like hell. So never exceed a pressure that causes you pain. Take rest days when needed, guys. Personally, I don't think you necessarily need to have a rest day depending on what your schedule is, but for some people they might in order to recover, and that's perfectly fine. And once again, guys, just assure proper fit. Use the link to the sizing guide below. I think you'll find it very helpful. And just make sure you have appropriately sized cylinders. Some people, shouts out to my guy 19X, but he told me about something called staged pumping, where people will start with a smaller pump, and then once they expand and fill the chambers of their penis, they will actually switch to a larger pump. You could consider doing that as well. And once again, guys, this is a game changer. These are very cheap. I'll leave the link in the description below, primewood.shop if you need this, but it can make such a world of difference as far as comfort when you're pumping. The link is in the description below. Use the code HINK10 for 10% off. And here's one bonus tip, guys. Avoid jerking it afterwards as well, with your hand in particular, okay? There are case reports of people getting hard flaccid just from overly aggressive jerking it. And so I would strongly recommend that if you do feel the need to do that, you get something like a light or something like the Whirlwind device that you can see on primewood.shop that is going to be a nice silicone vibrating device that is going to help you basically reach your goals without increasing your risk of damage from having calloused hard hands gripping your D. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Remember, you're so much more than the size of your D. There's nothing wrong with self-improvement, but you are enough just as you are. All right, guys. Peace and love.